Hello, this is Dee from dmiddleton.com. Welcome back to my channel. If you're following along in this series, then you know we started the series, How to Make Money Blogging, How to Earn a Full-Time Income from Home Utilizing Pinterest. So if that is something you're interested in, you'll want to go back and watch that first video. Now, if you've landed here, you may have already seen that video and left the previous one where we talked about buying a domain and getting hosting. So if you're this far ahead, then you are ready to plan your content strategy. That means you've watched the first video, you have a brief overview of an understanding of how to make money blogging. You've already brainstormed your niche, you've seen if it's Pinterest friendly, and you've bought a domain and you're ready to start writing. So this is the most fun. This is the exciting part of the whole journey. Now, remember, I said in that niche video that when you were deciding on your niche, I wanted you to think of if you can come up with at least 10 topics within your niche that you could instantly write about with authority, with experience, and with confidence. So we're going to start there. So what I would do if I was creating my blog, and what I did do when I created my blog for the first time, was I began to understand keywords that are associated with my niche. So what are keywords? If you know anything, or if you've ever heard the word SEO, that stands for Search Engine Optimization. That means when you go to Google, for example, or you go to YouTube, for example, and Pinterest as well, that you go to the search bar and you're going to type in, for example, you may have landed on this video by typing in make money blogging, or make money online, or work from home, or make money with Pinterest, right? Those are all keywords that fit this topic. So what you're going to need to know is, what are the keywords that fit my topic, my niche, right? So dmiddleton.com is my site, and I blog about cleaning, decluttering, organizing. So anything related to those keywords that are typed in has a chance of bringing my content forward if someone were to search that. So the way we need to look at this is we need to understand how Pinterest works. And Pinterest works just like a search engine, just like YouTube, and just like the other platforms like Google. So when you go to Pinterest and Pinterest doesn't know you yet, like let's just say you're setting up Pinterest for the very first time and you are going as a user, right? So if you go in as a user and you are searching for wedding decor, or you are typing in rustic wedding decor, or you're typing in wedding cakes or wedding dresses, then the next time after you put those keywords into search in Pinterest, the next time you log into Pinterest, Pinterest is going to populate pins related to your previous search, right? Especially from creators with pins that you've already clicked on. And remember, a pin is the image on Pinterest that you see in your scroll as you're scrolling through, and it causes you to want to click or learn more. It could be an image that you just saved to a board, but it could also be an image that you have clicked on and you've gone to the website, right? So that is the really basic explanation of how Pinterest works, how keywords work, and how that's going to help you get seen. Because when you are creating content for your blog, you are uploading pins to Pinterest to promote your blog post. You want to be seen. You want to be found in the scroll. So one of the ways that you are going to get found when people are scrolling, when that search populates with your keywords in it, is you are going to want to know what keywords to assign to your blog. Those are the topics that are within your niche that you're going to need to blog about. So how would a person know where to start? Well, you start from the beginning. I want you to start writing as if you are teaching another person something that they know nothing about, right? Some of my very first blog posts that were written that went viral, that caused me to get monetized, was really basic stuff. And some of the content on my channel here on YouTube that has gone viral is really basic stuff. But that is basic to me, right? May not be basic to other people, but it resonates with people. It creates a foundation. That is your core content. So when you are writing and you are creating a blog from a niche site, you want to have core content, content that resonates with the reader, that makes sense, that they can relate to. And you'll know if they relate to it because they'll be saving your pins on Pinterest, and they might even be commenting on some of your pins, but they'll definitely be clicking through, either going to your website through the clicking on the pin, or they'll be saving them to boards that are related, that are under those same keywords, right? So I want you, when you're creating a niche site like you are, and you're starting from scratch, I want you to think about how you would talk to a very, very beginner. So if I were, say, blogging about cooking, I would speak to someone about the basics of cooking. What are the basic words? What do they mean? What does it mean to boil? What does it mean to saute? What does it mean to sear? What does it mean to braise? Those kind of things is what I'm talking about. I want you to think like a beginner. So you're going to have to kind of go back to what the infant stages would be if you're teaching this. I don't want you to assume that everyone knows your topic as well as you do. They probably don't. You're going to establish yourself as the expert by giving core content. That's this very, very basic beginner stuff. And then you can dig deeper as you go along in your blogging journey. But I want you to think like a beginner, because a beginner may be coming to your site for the first time to learn something new. So I know nothing about quilting. I attempted quilting years ago when my husband was in the Air Force, and I was Air Force bride, and he was deployed. And my neighbor made these gorgeous quilts. And I think I was pregnant with our firstborn. So we had been invited to her house. She had shown me quilting, and I thought, wow, this is impressive, right? She hand makes a quilt, which is a lot of work. If you're not familiar, you can appreciate this. So I have no crafting bone in my body. I am not the creative type. So DIY and crafting is not my specialty. So for some reason, in my young, crazy mind, I went and purchased some tools because she said she's going to teach me how to quilt. What I should have done is just appreciated her quilting and walked away. Because what I did was I bought a bunch of stuff that I didn't need. I ended up donating it to her. I bought a rotary cutter. I already had a sewing machine. Thank heavens I didn't make a big purchase. But I wasted money buying tools for quilting. I wasted money buying fabric because I thought I was going to be doing quilting, right? And I quickly learned that this is beyond me and I don't enjoy it. So with your niche, we've talked about how you need to enjoy it. You need to be coming from a place of experience. You need to be writing from a place of, I would do this whether I'm paid or not, because it's part of who I am. I so much enjoy it, right? That's the kind of place I want you to be coming up with content as a creator. And it will be easy to do that if you know your content well. So, what is the biggest thing that will promote you forward on Pinterest? Number one, I've mentioned in the first series, is taking a Pinterest course. I took a very beginner course. I've linked one in that first video in the description. I'll link it below in this one too. And you need to listen to someone who's a Pinterest expert because there is so much more to this. Secondly, what if you could do keyword research and find out the exact search volume for every keyword before you even chose to write about it? You can. Now there is a tool called PinClicks. Now this is a tool I mentioned in the first video, and it's by a Pinterest expert, Tony Hill. He created PinClicks. Now if I had had this in 2019, it would have saved me so much time and energy. It would have helped propel me forward, and I wouldn't have had that blank writer's block and that dead space where I was not able to come up with content, because his tool allows you to do keyword research. It is specifically for Pinterest. So when you go and use his tool, which I will link below in a blog post below that you can go and check it out for yourself. I think he even offers a free trial. So it is a paid service, but I use it every day. I wish I had had it sooner. It, I believe, has only been around about 2 years at the time of this video. So anyway, if I were a new blogger, and I still use it today. So I would say even an experienced blogger. But certainly, if I was a new blogger, I would not want to waste time writing content for a low search volume. Now, what is search volume? Search volume is the number of searches that Pinterest registers each day for that particular word. So if you are typing in the word chocolate cake, for example, I know that one has a huge search volume. Huge search volume. So if you are a blogger who wrote about recipes, you need to write about chocolate cake. You need to figure out how to make a good one. And you need to get in on that action. So what I'm saying is you can do your keyword research. So what you're going to do at the very basic beginning, you're going to go to PinClick's tool and you're going to type in some of the keywords that fit your niche. So again, my niche is cleaning, decluttering, and organizing. So when I type in a keyword into PinClicks, it populates a string of words related. So it won't just be cleaning, it might be cleaning bedroom, cleaning kitchen. That's called a short tail keyword. Now, it might be deep cleaning kitchen. That's a long tail keyword. So that's not just one word, that's now 3 words, right? So those keywords are very specific and they are what people, real people, are searching for. Now, Tony Hill's PinClicks is gold for this, right? So you're going to be able to go in and you're going to be able to type in some keywords and it's going to generate some words for you. And it's going to tell you the volume, how many people are searching this topic on Pinterest. That is gold. We did not have this years ago. Pinterest does not reveal that. The second thing you're going to love about PinClicks, and one of the reasons I use it and part of the tool I use it for every day, is the top pins category. So what is a top pin? A top pin is a pin that is ranking in search for your keyword. So if my keyword was deep cleaning the kitchen, and I type that in the search bar under the top pins category over on PinClicks, it's going to populate the top pins that are trending on Pinterest, that are ranking in search on Pinterest, and it's going to tell me what keywords they are ranking for. This is crazy good. So this is so helpful to you. So I want you to, number one, think about creating content. I want you to think like a beginner. You are teaching someone about your niche for the first time. You are assuming that they know nothing. That's not to insult your reader, but that's to help people. Some of my core content on my blog is helping people with very basic things: how to clean a house, how to set up a housekeeping schedule, how to declutter. Those are things that, yes, they're basic, and yes, anyone can do it, but people need help. They need inspiration and they need a prompt. Now, Pinterest is for ideas and inspiration. And that's where you come in as the content creator. So I want you to take some time today and I want you to sit down and kind of make a list of the content that you plan to put on your blog. I want you to think like a beginner. I want you to go to the very basics. Maybe you're going to write about the words that are common within your niche. Remember, I mentioned those cooking terms. So if you're cooking, you might want to define some of the words that someone might see in a recipe or in a blog post. Now, what is some of the basic cookware someone might need to use? What are some basic recipes that anyone could do who barely knows how to boil water? Those are the places you want to start. You want to start as a beginner. Now, you can always go deeper and you can always go further into your niche. But as the beginner, I want you to, as the content creator, I want you to create content, basic core content for your blog that will establish you as an authority in your niche. So I want you to make that your homework today. If you need to do deeper research, and if you're willing and you want to, you can subscribe to Tony Hill's PinClicks tool. And I'm going to link that below, and I want you to check that out. He does offer a free trial, but I literally use this every day. It helps me so much because the purpose of this is the more keywords you can rank for, the more content you can create that is good and valuable and people find helpful, then the more traffic you're going to get to your site. And the faster you can get monetized, the faster you can start earning from your blogging. So think about that today and keep that in mind. Now, my next video in this series is going to be how to write your first blog post and push it live. So we'll go through that. We'll figure out how to write your first blog post. But right now, you are in the planning stages. I want you to brainstorm. I want you to do some keyword research, and I want you to come up with a content plan. Okay, so that is your homework for now. If you have any questions, if there's something I haven't covered or something I'm not explaining very well, please leave me a comment below. Let me know how I can help you because I'm going to see you succeed. I want to see you succeed and find success with this because it is so rewarding. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video as we talk about how to write your first blog post. Thank you.